We will now share some experiences of people who have gone through grief and loss. For example, Mr. A, who is in his 50s, he had chronic illnesses. When his chronic illness turned for the worst, Mr. A was not able to walk. This caused him to be very sad, and not only he couldn't walk, he needed help in showering. He needed help even in bringing food to him, and even to the extent whereby there's a period when he needs to use diapers. Eventually, Mr. A actually lost his job. Imagine the loss that Mr. A had gone through. All the loss of income, the loss of mobility, the loss of independence, even the loss of dignity. And this plunged him down even into a very, very dark alley, where Mr. A himself think that there is really nothing that he wanted to live for anymore. And he contemplated killing himself and think of all ways to kill himself. When Mr. A was referred to us for counselling, he initially resisted a lot. Because as far as he's concerned, what is the use of counselling? There's no point to live anymore. Through counselling, as the counsellor listened to him, as the counsellor patiently hear him out, let him vent his anger, let him tell his story of his pain, of his loss. Slowly, Mr. A actually started to walk out of that alley that he felt that was a full darkness to him. And he slowly began to find new meaning in his life. And Mr. A himself has shared that after counselling, he actually saw light, and it helped him to now, even with his illness and his inability to do some of the things, he still finds that there is meaning in life. Everyone grieves differently and will take a different amount of time to get over their loss and to heal from it. One such example is Madam B. She lost her husband, but her family also lost their dad and lost their grandfather. For Madam B, she feels that the loss of her husband is very painful for her. She continued to lament about her husband, continued to cry whenever people talk about her husband. But her children, she sees that her children seem to have moved on. And the children will tell her, why are you still grieving? It is already so much time that has passed. Dad is no more here, but we are here for you. Why are you still grieving? For Madam B, she felt that, why are my children not understanding that I have gone through all the thick and thin with my husband, and I've gone through so much pain and so much joy with my husband. I've walked through with my husband in bringing the children up. I've been with him for more than 60 years. Could it be also that my children don't love their dad enough? That's why they are no longer grieving? For Madam B, she feels this part about her children not loving her husband enough cause even more grief for her, because she feels that, wow, my husband loved them so much, and why are they not loving him enough? And of course, for the children, is why is mom still in this state? When the counsellor was brought in, counsellor went through with Madam B and let her talk about her feelings, why she continued to be so sad about her husband even after a year. And the story that she brought up was all her guilt feelings, her unfinished business. Even she talked about her regret that she did not see her husband one last time. And through talking through all her guilt feelings, all her grief, Madam B said that a stone actually fell off from her heart, and she was able to breathe again. And the counsellor also went through with the children and explained to them the different types of grieving and why their mom is still feeling such a great loss over their dad. And this helped actually the family to even be closer to one another, the children to support their mom in her process of going through the grief, and of course for Madam B to be reconciled with the children again. It is important to know that grief is a natural process. There's nothing wrong in grieving. Sometimes the pain of a loss can be very overwhelming. There is no need to shy away from your grief. There's no need to shy away from wanting to talk about it. In counselling, you will be given a safe space for you to openly share the circumstances of your loss, to talk about your loss, to talk about your emotions, even your pain, your anger, without any judgment. You will not feel that you're being judged over your feelings. So it is important that much as grieving is a natural process, it is good that you come out to get professional help when you find that you are not coping well with your grief. And coping with grief can help you to ease through your grief and to move on with your grief.